Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Classroom of the Elite Season 3, Episodes 7 and 8. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's go ahead and start. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own souls. There is definitely people like that. 100%. Do anything but face themselves or look at themselves in the mirror. Oh yeah, everybody's like on edge now. They kind of put everybody in the class against each other and the opposite of trying to get them to group up. That would be the simpler one. He's not wrong. He always like knows what to say to her. Oh, okay. Some type of strategy or something, or... Oh yeah, he's had that one interaction with her. Of course she would know that. Yeah.
退学者救済の2000万ポイント。あいつ、ほなみにポイント貸す条件に、自分と交際しろって。自分のクラスのためだよ。みやびが1年に多額のポイントを貸せば、私たちにも後々負担になるかもしれない。何より、それで仲間を守るために辛い思いをするなら。
でもどうして俺に相談を？
Because she knows you can do something. Or at least, I mean, she doesn't know everything, but she probably knows a little.
ごめんね。わざわざ時間取らせちゃって。
別に構わない。
じゃあ立ち話もなんだし、僕の部屋で話そうか。
おや、奇遇だね。平田ボーイに綾野浩二ボーイじゃないか。
高円寺君。
まあせいぜい知恵を振り絞って今回の試験も頑張ってくれたまえ。
君はいつも変わらないね。
変わるほどの試験じゃないからね。
I don't think anything is.
傷を舐め合いながらせいぜい不要なゴミを処理してくれたまえ。
もうすぐ1年も終わりだね。
無人島に行かされたり、合宿させられたり、騒がしい1年だった。
I mean, way more tests than a normal school or any school I've ever been to.
クラスも入学当初からは考えられないほどまとまってきたしね。
ああ。
本当、この試験が始まるまではね。
やっぱりそっちの話か。
ごめんね。でも僕には今回の試験、どうしても解決策が浮かばないんだ。何度考えてもね。クラス全員を助ける方法って本当にないのかな。
悪いが思いつかない。退学者救済の2000万ポイントを集めるのは現実的。
Well, yeah, that's the way, but
そうだよね。
we're seeing it being a possibility for somebody,
誰かを
so.
切り捨てるだけの試験。
誰かが退学になればいいとか思ってる。
Oh, he's actually
別に
asking.
ないな。誰が欠けてもそれを受け止めるしかないだろ
う。冷静だね。
So he sees no reason to like put anybody in his head or anything.
随分な買いかぶりだな。
君は謙遜するけど、軽井沢さんの一件から僕は本気でそう考えているよ。
悪いな。こんな時間に呼び出して。
全然いいよ。
Okay.
でも
More of her.
君からなんて珍しいね。
どうしても直接話しておきたくてな。
If he's calling you somewhere, he's got a reason.
座っててくれ。
ありがとう。退学者を出さずに済む方法を模索中かな。
南雲生徒会長に協力を持ちか
Okay, so he, yeah. I mean, we know he got that information.
いくら B クラスでもポイントは2000万には届いていない。
So she would need to get help, and yeah.
第三者からの協力は必要不可欠だ。
そっか、朝比奈先輩だね。ってことは条件も聞いた。
ああ、
バカみたいな話でしょ、いろんな意味でさ。ありがとう。
不足分はいくらなんだ。
400万と少しってところかな。
破格の条件だな。
私なんかが南雲先輩と付き合ってそんな大金借りられるなんてありえないことだよ。
そうか。
軽蔑しないんだね。
軽蔑する必要もない。そこまでして一人を救う必要があるのか、俺にはわからないがな。
一応心配してくれたのかな。
Let's not go that
おこがましいや
crazy.
つだと思うかもしれないけどな。
そんなことないよ。すごく嬉しい。でもちょっと困っちゃったかも。綾小路くんと話さなかったら、綾小路くんってひょっとしてすごい人？
悪いが自覚は全くないぞ。
だとしたらもっとすごいよ。
Amazing in what way?
綾小路くんって
Because he is amazing. Amazingly smart. Amazingly manipulative.
なんでもない。
Amazingly scary.
何なんだろう。何かあったの？
お前も感じたか？
ちょっと嫌な感じね。昨日まであんなにピリピリしてたのに、急にどこか。
They worked something out.
結託して誰か一人を蹴落とそうというグループが生まれたということか。
なるほどね。確かに言われてみればそんな感じしたかも。
とりあえず誰かに探り入れてみるか。
いや、鍵もあればこちらがターゲットにされかねない。
もしかしてこの中の誰かがもうターゲットにされてたりして。
So I was thinking, if this is really his dad, like implementing this and wanting him to get, expelled or whatever, how would he actually implement? How would he actually get him? Like, it wouldn't be a guarantee. So how would he do that or do something to make that even a possibility? Because it feels like a very big thing like this to like hopefully have that happen. So I would think he would plant somebody or something to, like, if that really is the case, to make it lean more towards him getting expelled. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to just, there has to be something going on in the background for him to even, like, if this really is his dad doing this, like, that's what makes me think, is there something being done in the background here to maybe get the other people to vote for Ayano Koji?
どうする？
このグループを優先するに決まってるじゃん。
その結果、自分が狙われることになってもか？
それは
Yeah, see, you can't give a guaranteed yes.
仲間を裏切ってまで学校に残りたいとは思わない。私も絶対に裏切ったりしないよ。
形成は？
俺も基本的には二人の意見に賛成だ。けど現実は甘くない。仲間をかばって退学って言えば聞こえはいいが。
But not everybody will do that. Why was that shown?
どうした？
大変なことになってるわよ。あんた、みんなに退学させられそうになってる。
Okay. So something happened. Okay, I think my intuition was correct here. I'm just wondering how. What did his dad do?
知ってたの？
いや、初耳だ。
なんでそう冷静なわけ？
何人くらい俺に投票するかわかるか？
どうだろう。体感でクラスの半分近くは賛同してると思う。
それは厄介だな。
マジでどうするのよ。 っていうか、なんとかできるんでしょうね。
それは今から考える。
あんたも意外と抜けてるよね。
He's
私
not.
がいなかったら。
ありがとう。
It does seem like he was unaware,
まあ感謝
which
しな
is
さいよね。
unusual for
治
him.
って連絡する。
分かった。大丈夫かな、あいつ。
But I also think he would have something going on.
もしかしたら
Mm-hmm.
今日呼び出されるかもって思ってたよ。
俺を狙った首謀者が誰か知りたい。
残念だけど教えたくても教えられないんだ。だって首謀者の正体を知っているのは私だけだもの。
そういうことか。
More money?
さすが上野浩二君、分かったみたいだね。
首謀者はまずお前に相談した。そしてお前の人脈を使って
Yeah.
クラスメートに手を広げたんだな。
Maybe Iono Koji wanted this to happen because if she's the one that kind of spurred this, right, and did all the legwork to get her or to center on him, that would be enough juice, enough things to possibly turn that around on her, use that against her, and get everybody else to switch their vote to vote for her instead. It gives the fuel there because she's not the ringleader. Seems like there's another person, but I'm not taking this out that she wasn't the ringleader in the first place. She could just be saying that, and she could be the ringleader that started it herself. But this could completely he could somehow throw this back at her. That's what I'm thinking here.
なら聞き出せそうにないな。夜中に呼び出して悪かった。
へえ、あっさり引くんだね。自力で首謀者にたどり着けるの？
どうかな。自信はない。
ふーん。いいよ、教えてあげる。首謀者は山内くんだよ。
Oh, and
なるほ
that's
どな。
okay.
満足した？
本当の首謀者は坂柳か。
そこまで。
仲介役のリスクを負ってまで櫛田が山内に
Yeah.
操られるとは思う。
Come on.
前に坂柳は山内のところに来てたしな。
坂柳さんを敵に回すのは。
So they work together. Okay. And she didn't 100% say she couldn't have a hand on it or whatever.
あんたにやってほしいことがある。
わかった。
That was for Ewan, right? Yeah.
助かる。
So he'll have to do something to counter that.
お待たせしました。
Oh, okay, from him.
二人きりで話すのはいつ以来だろうな。
入学直後を入れなければ3年ぶりになります。
Okay, so she is having that talk
それ
finally.
くらいになるか。もし追加試験に関するポイントの支援が目当てなら時間の無駄だ。
違います。そのような支援をお願いしようとは思っていません。兄さん、私に勇気をください。この試験、みんなは目立たないよう時間が過ぎるのを待つか、グループを作って票をコントロールしようとするかに必死です。いずれにせよ、退学者を自分で選ぶという重圧から目をそらしています。正面からこの試験に向き合い、納得のいく答えを出したいんです。
一つ聞きたい。この学校はどうだ？楽しいか？
すみません。楽しいかどうかは正直わかりません。ただ、退屈では。
You can't say, yeah, it's not been all bad.
欠点の一つは克服されたようだな。お前は周囲が見えていなかった。成績や人望という値しかお前の目には映っていない。
それは私にとって兄さんは永遠の目標だからです。
目標か。では綾野浩二はお前の目にはどう見える？
気に入らない同級生です。けれどいつかは追いつき追い抜きたい存在だと思っています。
残念だが お前は綾小路に追いつく。
That's blunt, but
だが
true.
その必要はない。お前はお前らしく成長すればいい。
私らしく。
Huh.
怖いか。
He's giving some really actual good advice, good brotherly
距離を
advice.
詰めるためには、お前は一歩前に出なければならない。
どうすれ
It's like he really does want the best for her.
明日はいよいよ追加試験だ。間違っても寝坊などするなよ。
そんなことす
You know, this is coming from a previous episode, but I remember Ayano Koji saying, I guess that's not the there's more than one person that's wearing like two masks or has two sides. I forgot the actual quote, but this makes me kind of I wanted to say this before, but I completely kind of forgot about it. It's been a minute. I think it's been a few episodes, but like I was thinking like it's the opposite of the other guy of two masks, like somebody being way too nice and then actually being horrible, you know, as their real self or on the sides. And then we see him being very, I don't know, like our first impression of like how he was with the sister there and like extremely aggressive and coming off a certain way. But in the case of him, it's in two sides or two masks or a mask or whatever. He's actually the other side is him being kind or wanting the best for a sister or willing to give points for people. I was thinking like that seems to be more of what he meant there. Now it just made me think of that seeing this and how he kind of treated that there.
るわけないっすよ。なあ。
ではカイさん。
山内の戦略は悪くない。だが押村区は坂柳の口車に乗って俺をターゲットにしてしまったこと。さあ動け堀北。今のお前なら動けるはずだ。
To change the vote.
明日の投票についてどうしても話しておくことがあるの。
いきなり何？
なんだよ。
And to be able to turn everybody against Kushida, maybe?
予定あるんだけどさ。
明日には誰かが退学するかもしれないのに、随分と余裕なのね。
それは覚悟を決めたっていうか？
立派な心がけだけど、この話
Though
を
that's not like
全員に聞いてもら
her.
わなければ意味がないの。
Actually, I can see this. I can see her being able to change people's minds in the sense of not, you know, voting for him or doing something here that somehow causes Kushida to freak out and have everybody turn on her. That is a possibility here.
この数日間、私なりに考えていた。誰が残るべきで、誰が退学すべきなのか。そして今日、はっきりとその答えを出すことができた。だからこの場で伝えさせてもらうわ。
待って堀北さん。退学すべき人なんて一人もいないよ。
本来クラスに残るべき優秀な生徒が退学する危険性すらある。こんなもの、試験とは呼べないわ。
何があったか知らないが、まるで別人のように論理的だね。聞かせてくれないか。
He actually gave a backhanded compliment.
本来なら全員で話し合って退学者を絞り込むべき。でもそれは現実的に難しいわ。だから退学すべき人を私から名指しさせてもらう。
Kushida!
ダメだよ。みんなを混乱させるだけだ。
話くらい聞いてからでいいだろう。レッドヘア君の言う通りさ。
This would be a big
私は
turn.
今回の試験で退学にすべきと判断したのは山内春樹君。
Okay. Wow. That seems more obvious, and that does seem more where you could get people on your side easier. That's the easy fall person. I really thought, like, you all let me know who you thought she was going to end up choosing. Now, everything points to her not wanting, you know, how she's tried to, like, I don't know, get along with Kushida in a way and everything, but I thought maybe Ayano Koji got in her head or something to maybe lean towards that way, because I thought from the beginning somehow it's gonna get everybody against her. I just don't know how. Maybe not. Maybe like, I don't know. It just feels like that was supposed to happen, but also it goes against her character in the sense of her end up, you know, choosing that. So it does make sense because this is more logical. The dude has been very, like, probably the least productive, the least helpful, worst personality. Like, I can't think of any beneficial thing from him in almost any sense. He's the one of the least, well, of people showing personalities. Now, I would say Kushida takes the cake and fucking eats it. Like, when it comes to worst personality. But hers is invisible to everybody else. So a visible one would be him. It's the easiest person to get everybody on your side to convince to vote for. So it makes sense. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Yeah, that's a really good one. Yes. Remember your past or you need or learn from your past. Same thing. You got to remember it to learn from it. It does seem the most logical.
なんで俺なんだよ。
まずこの1年間、あなたのクラスへの貢献度は極めて低い。
そんなことねえし、剣や漢字だって似たようなもんじゃないかよ。
そうね。
He threw their names out real quick.
横並びの彼らと比べても、あなたは半歩劣るのよ。
もし何かって言ってんだよ。
I don't think anyone's gonna go on his side either.
俺なんて可愛いもんだろ。
高円寺君の行動に改めるべき点があるのは事実よ。だけど能力値で言えば。
Which is what I pointed out earlier. Like, definitely don't vote for him. Even though he's a wild card, he's way too good.
納得いかねえ。
それなら、あなたを選んだ決定的な話をしましょうか。
決定的な話って？
あなた、綾野浩二君を退学させるために、
Yeah.
批判票を集めていたわね。
Yep, but he was being used though. So, oh, this could be a. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, can this still go around? I'm gonna be so mad if I'm wrong here. This could this still go around because well, we know one person from, you know, the certain person from Class A that had, you know, a step in this and something to do with this as well. But Kushida is the one that facilitated it and had her talk to everybody. So could he flip this on her, out her, and in some way, and then and that could be like the long game of getting her expelled and everybody turning, like, starting with him and then it somehow turning into her.
綾野浩二に批判票入れろって俺も言われたんだよ。
誰に言われたの？
それ漢字から聞いたんだよ。な？
And then you're gonna, and now you're gonna go to find out who it was. Let's go! Let's go! And then that person told me, and then that person told me. Let's go!
そうだ、俺キキョちゃんに誘われたんだよ。綾野浩二を退学にさせようって。私？みんなだってそうだよな。な。
And this is the way to do it, but how do you see? How do you spin her bad personality? How do you draw it out?
自分が手助けをすればどうなるかは分かっていたはず。心がけてちょうだい。
Oh, get some bitch.
とはいえ、元凶が山内くんであることは間違いないよね。
待てって堀北、俺は違うんだって。いやいや、なかなかに興味深い話だよ。しかしこの試験。
Yeah, there is nothing against it.
それとも彼だけが強く攻められるのには何か理由があるのかい？
そうだよ。
山内くん、あなたは坂柳さんと裏でつながって、その
Oh, that's it. All goes back to that. Remember a few episodes ago, I commented on that. I said when she, and they never went back to it either. They never went back to it. When it came to her asking him, like they had that little interaction when he bumped into her. And then she went to the classroom, they went to talk or whatever, and that was never brought up again. I love this callback. But I also partly hate this because this might still fuck. I really want Kushida to go, but that might fuck this up. That's the only problem. But yes, we are aware that that was happening, but I honestly wasn't thinking she would like call that out. That's amazing.
指示のもと動いていたわね。
おい、春樹、なんだよそれ。
でたらめだ。どこに証拠があるって。
Okay, now you're denying it.
端末を見せてもらえるかしら。
お前、マジで A クラスと繋がってんの？
俺が仲間を裏切るわけないだろ。
Yes, yeah, for sure.
してくれよ。
喜んで協力するような見返りがあったのかもしれない。
Yeah, what were you getting?
例えばそう。彼女から
Were you just like, oh no? Was she just like giving you just enough?
そんなくだらない理由のためにあなたより優れた生徒を退学にはできない。これがあなたを退学者として推す最たる理由よ。真っ先に
You simped for her and she fucked you.
仲間の一人を狙い撃ちにしようとしていたのなら、あなたこそクラスにとって不要な生徒ということになる。
命にかけて。
今の話が気に入らない人は批判票に私の名前を書けばいい。
Wow. Is it really not going to turn around? I
話はよく分かったけど俺反対だ。ダチを退学にするなんてよ。
友達を大切に思う気持ちはよくわかるわ。でも誰かをかばえば別の
In this type of vote, yeah, it's not fair.
だからこの試験は感情論じゃなく理論的に詰めていくしかないの。
こんなのバカげてるって。
何を言おうとあなた以上に批判票にふさわしい人はいないわ。
There is one person that is.
約束してんだよ。綾野浩二に入れるって。お前らキキョウちゃんとの約束守れ。
Yeah, throw her under the bus.
私が間違ってた。みんなに協力するようお願いして回ったこと。
Oh, yeah, okay. Please tell me he has something on her, please. She, of course, is going to turn it back. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's super logical. I'm not going to be hurt by him getting voted out. But it feels like when you want to get somebody expelled, and like Ayano Koji especially wants Kushida gone. Like, now, this guy logically is the weakest link. It would make sense, but she's way worse in more ways than one. So it just makes me, I'm like in the back, is anybody else having my thinking here? Like, I'm just hoping there's another step. There's something here. Like, cause it just seems like an easy throwaway. Like, this guy could get himself expelled at some point or whatever. And I know that's a liability in a group like this in some ways, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my own like counter of like how fucking hateable Kushida is, but man.
以上が私の見解よ。
待ってほしい、折北さん。
何かしら、平田君。
話の腰を折らないよう聞かせてもらったけど、僕はこんなやり方には反対だ。やっ
Well,
た。
he didn't want to vote anybody.
蹴落とし合うなんて間違ってる。
他に方法はないわ。あなたはまだそれを受け入れられてないの。
受け入れられるはずないじゃないか。僕は誰にもかけてほしくないんだ。
そうだそうだ。
あなたがどう思おうと、私は私の信じた方法で戦う。今この場で山内くんに批判票を入れるかどうかの決を取らせて。
I mean, people could lie though.
させてもらうわ、私は。
Holy shit. Holy hell. That's the most mad he's been.
いいか全員聞け。今の話が本当か嘘かはどうでもいい。
嘘なんだよ、平田。俺は被害者だ。
被害者？
Holy
これだけ
hell.
の話が出て、君が無関係なわけないだろ。彼だけじゃない。仲間を平気で陥れる君らのやり方には吐き気を覚える。
投票日は明日。このまま無策で挑むとでも言うの？
無策の何がいけないんだ。僕らにクラスメートを裁く権利はない。
あなたは何を？
君の存在がいけないんじゃないのか。
Whoa.
こんな風に誘導し、誰かを落とすやり方
He's throwing it back at her.
でもこうしてみんなを先導するような真似とは違う。
同じよ。何も変わらないわ。それに今ケツを取らなくとも私の考えは伝え終えた。
そうだね。
So it's already in everybody's
もう
head,
才は投げられてしまった。
and it's up to everybody else to vote.
僕は明日君の名前を批判票に書くことにするよ。僕は絶対に容認しない。
I mean, that's the risk. There, you always had the risk of doing that.
理不尽だと思うだろう。だが社会に出れば誰かを切り捨てなければならない事態は必ず訪れる。その時責任ある立場の者が鉄槌を下さねばならない。故にこの試験を単なる嫌がらせと捉えているうちは成長しない。今日の話し合いに私は
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always a weak link in a job, or I.
龍炎の顔見んのも明日が最後だな。
せいせいするぜ。
暗い顔ね。そんなに龍炎が退学するのが嫌？
そんなに私に絡むのが好き？
別に。ねえ、私は伊吹さんに批判票を入れるけど、伊吹さんもやっぱり私に入れる？さあ。あっそ。余裕ぶるのもいいけど、龍炎が退学したら次はあんただから。
伊吹、ちょっといいか？
何よ。
龍炎さんの持ってるプライベートポイントのことだよ。どうなった？
どうなったも何も。
まだ回収してないのか。
So
退学したら全部なくなっちまうのによ。
So that is how that works. So like that was a question I had a few episodes ago. Was like, what happens to your private points when if you get expelled? And so they just disappear, which it actually makes the what I was saying about Class B about having all the points on one person being such a crazy ass thing. And so there's still a possibility that she could I don't know how, but could still somehow get voted and to be expelled. And she's trying to get the 20 million, but what if she gets, oh my God, that makes me think about Class B. Oh, holy shit. That's a whole nother thing. But like if she holy shit, there is a possibility that like there could be people kind of like, I'm going to promise to give you 4 million, but then and then it doesn't end up happening. Like she gets end up voting or, being voted on, and then he never hands the 4 million. So she doesn't have enough to save herself or whatever. Like, oh my God, there's so much that could happen here. I mean, this is Class D, obviously, but it made me think of that situation.
このまま龍炎が退学になるのが一番いいんじゃないの？
それで本当にいいのか？あの人抜きじゃ A クラスなんて夢のまた夢だろ。
He's like their strongest person and smartest person, it seems like. Yeah.
ポイントの移動は確認できた。
Oh, there you go.
ずうずうしい話だな。
あんたも本望でしょ。もし渡す気がないなら最後に散財してたはずよ。
Whoa.
何すんの？
Holy what is happening?
お前の好戦的な性格は嫌いじゃない。
は？
お前は強いが隙も多い。
あんたこの学校にいて楽しかった？
That's genuine. Yeah. She wants him to stay. She doesn't want him gone. And not just for like getting to Class A or anything.
龍炎のプライベートポイントを回収したわ。
たちの中から退学者は出させないよ。
だがどうやって足りない400万ポイントを補うつもりだ？
南雲生徒会長が不足分を助けてくれることに
So
なった。
she was honest with them.
生徒会長が？
みんなには返済期間中負担を強いると思うけど、それでもいいかな。すごい。
Yeah, see, all the trust is in her, and that class could be completely destroyed if she's gone.
先輩にもう一度だけ確認しておこうかと思いまして。
なんだ？
それは先輩は私のことが好きなんでしょうか？
嫌いならこんな条件はつけないぜ。納得いったならポイントを送る。それで契約成立だ。
待ってください。私 ギリギリまで頑張りたいんです。
気をつけろよ。タイムリミットは今夜0時だ。俺は時間にうるさい男だからな。
はい、必ず連絡します。
So that's like a last resort.
桂木くんの様子はどうでしたか？
神妙にしてたぜ。退学を受け入れてるって感じだ。
それは何よりです。ところで、
And them voting for him makes sense because of their conflicting. We already knew about that from season 1.
下手打ったんじゃないの、坂柳。彼らがクラス裁判を開くのは分かっていました。遅かれ早かれの問題ですよ。けど誰が退学するのか、これで見えなくなったわ。いいえ、すべての手は見えています。そう、キングには最後まで残っていただき。
Yeah, YAMAUCHI is definitely not going to. She was doing that to cause something else, I'm guessing, just before announcement of results. Oh God. Okay, so they did the vote.
まさに震えて審判を待っているというわけだね。
もういいか、話しちゃってもさ。ダメでした。退学するのは俺じゃないんだ。
Did he get told?
俺はさ、坂柳ちゃんに A クラスの賞賛
Why would you? If she has somebody in the class, though it's exposed now, so I guess it's irrelevant, because if people know that he's working with her, I guess it doesn't matter. Like, because I was thinking she'd want to protect him because of the connection and him being able to spy, but if it's already out there, then she can cut ties. So why would she protect you here? She's going to say that, but probably not do it. I'm trying to think of an alternative there, to like, for that, but I can't think of it right now. Not without, it would be half guesses at this point. That's what you think. You could be lied to. You gotta remember the protection thing.
まずは賞賛票の上位3名から。3位は櫛田桔梗。ついで2位だが平田陽介。
Wow, that outburst! I'm actually, yeah, I'm surprised. I thought he might get some.
この1年間信頼を積み重ねてきた。
でもさ、平田が2位って1位は誰だよ。
賞賛票1位は。
Is it? Yup!
あなた何をしたの？
そして批判票の1位。
Yeah, it's definitely still him.
山内春樹。
なんでだよ。
She didn't protect him. Yeah.
どう思おうと勝手だが、結果は結果だ。
What was the?
そうだ、坂柳に聞いてくださいよ。俺に賞賛票を入れるって、こんな裏切り許されたらいいんですか？
体質だ、山内。
I said this before. I don't care about, like, he can leave. It's fine, but I think it's because it really does feel like a throwaway. Like, this might be the one time where you could actually get somebody expelled. That's why I really thought it was going to lean towards Kushida. It's like the one time. YAMAUCHI is the most. I'm trying to remember. I should go back to that episode. If we get to the end of this episode, I'm definitely going back to that episode to check. Like, what was the top? There was a couple rules that I'm forgetting offhand right now, but like, it feels like there's got to be one last play here, right? There has to be.
最後の最後まで君は惨めで醜く救いようのない不良品というわけか。
Oh shit! He's doing the. Oh God!
私に殺意を向けたんだ。何をされても文句は言えないよ。
そこまでだ。これ以上はやめておけ、山内。お前のためだ。
Yeah, that's the face of somebody that knows it's over. Damn. Holy shit. Whoa. Somebody pulled a fast one?
俺に批判票を集めたのではなかったのか。
答えはシンプル。戸塚くんと違ってあなたは有能です。優秀な駒を落とすバカはいません。
Yeah, that is, you know what? That is in her character. Yeah, I should have, honestly, I really held that, like, we didn't really go too deep into that. It was such a quick, oh yeah, it's going to be that person. Yeah, obviously, because of the grudge and the opposite sides. But logically, if we're thinking logically, and her especially, you'd want to keep your best pieces and your strongest people in the class. Class vote results year 1, expelled. Tatsuka Yahiko for Class A, none for Class B, so that ended up happening. Class C, yeah, YAMAUCHI, and then Manabe Shiho. Manabe Shiho in Class D. So it did it, wow, for Class D. I mean, so something happened. Yeah, it turned. Oh shit! Oh shit!
いつからお前は善人になったんだ。
何のことだ。
とぼけんじゃねえ。
He saw him as valuable, that's why.
行動を起こしたのはお前を慕う連中だ。
頼む、綾野浩二。龍炎さんを退学にさせない方法
Oh,
を
they
教え
went
て
to
くれ。
they went to
龍炎
him.
の退学は変えられない。
そこをなんとかならねえのかよ。
本人がもう受け入れてる。それを組んでやるのもあいつを慕う人間の役目だ。
あっけんな。ポイントもらってさよならしろってのかよ。
ただ助けたいと口にして誰かを助けられるほど、お前たちに覚悟はあるか。
So what did he have them do? It had to be in some way beneficial to him too.
龍炎はいくら持ってた
？500万ちょっと。
今からある人物を呼ぶ。俺の部屋に戻ってきてくれ。
Someone else.
マジ？
Oh, interesting. Oh, shit.
こんばんは。
Okay.
私が B クラスのみんなに呼びかけ
So they're gonna get the point. Yes, yes, that's so smart. So she doesn't have to. So she ended up getting her backup plan. Okay. So, oh man, it makes this completely for Iona Koji. He gets another queen. He gets like this absolutely just like he did at the end of season 2 and stuff. He makes somebody completely loyal to him by do it. For her, it's going to be like him doing this, a favor from him and help from him. And she's going to completely trust him. For them, or for her in general, now she doesn't have to, do whatever with dude. And then for them, it's a safe grab, it's a safe grab there.
D クラスには龍炎が。
It'll protect. Yep. I guess that was the other way of doing it.
なるほど。
And protecting.
あんたバカよね。え？必死で貯めたポイント。こんなところで吐き出すんだから。
伊吹さんだって私のことは言えないと思うよ。500万ポイントを自分の懐にしまうこともできたのに、龍炎くんのために使うんだから。
あんたと私は違う。それに。うちのクラスは龍炎の代わりに泣くやつが出るんだ。それは私かもしれない。
それでも助けるんでしょ、龍炎くんを。
石崎と伊吹に救われたってわけか。ありがた迷惑な話だぜ。
これからどうする？
さあな。
You have a new message, Sakinage already. Oh, okay. I would love to know everybody's thinking. You guys let me know in the comments. Seriously, fill them up. I want to know what your thinking was, what way you thought it would go. I honestly thought like there was gonna be so many. I was right on a couple things and some stuff, but then it went in directions that I thought it wouldn't, and then it went with the. I don't know. I just didn't think it was gonna be that plain when it came to. I really thought it was going to spin and spin to Kushida. I really did in some way, but that might have been just me hoping, but also utilizing what we know Iona Koji wants and what he's talked about. So I just really thought he was going to try to somehow spin it that way because you just don't get that many opportunities to expel somebody. But I guess I get, like, if it wasn't possible, and because she's garnered so much trust in the class, it would have been difficult. It seemed set up in that way where she'd be cornered. It was looking that way for a minute. I really thought I was getting excited. But I thought it went kind of beautifully. I like it. It was very, I think that's why the show's so enjoyable. There's just some things that's hard to really, like, I don't know. You can get some stuff, but it's really just some stuff it's harder to figure out. But the fun part of it is trying to figure it out, even if you're wrong on some things. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Definitely check out the Patreon for the full reactions, to watch early and exclusive shows. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.